Senator's son sentenced to 28 years for bleep a North Dakota deputy during a car chase. Associated Press. The adult son of North Dakota Sen. Kevin Kramer was sentenced to serve 28 years in prison Monday in connection with a wild chase in Y.C.H. He fled from a hospital and drove into a deputy's vehicle, bleep the deputy. Ian Kramer, 43, pleaded guilty in September to all of the charges against him, including homicide fleeing a peace officer, preventing arrest, reckless endangerment, fleeing an officer and drug and driving-related offenses. State District Judge Bobby Weiler handed down the S. Below are your comments. The senator told reporters his family commends the officers, court and jail, but said he is somewhat disappointed that mental health is so casually dismissed both by the court and by the prosecutor. The senator should be disappointed that the government and insurance companies 00. That's part of the whole problem with the justice system. The judge sentences him to 38 years, suspends 10 years of that, gives him credit for time served, and he will most likely not serve the full sentence. If he is sentenced to 38 years, make it 38 years. Period. What is the point of suspending 10 years of a sentence? Time to start holding judges and prosecutors accountable for their decisions. The judge gave him a 28-year sentence, then said it was up to the Department of Corrections to determine the actual length of the sentence, saying he'll only serve a small part if it. What is wrong with North Dakota? Judges mean nothing in that state. You don't get into a car chase by accident. Had the person who died not been law enforcement, I wonder if they would have even pursued the case. Or if they would have let him plea down to something less weighty. The word accident is often misunderstood. An accident implies that the outcome is surprising or unexpected. A car wreck while drugging does not fit that definition. So 10 years was suspended, comes from a wealthy family has high connections and with good behavior, will be out in a few years. Fleeing isn't an accident. It was a decision. These are not mandatory minimums, which means that you're probably going to serve a small portion of that 28 years and be out on parole, so that'll give you an opportunity to have a second chance that Deputy Martin does not have, nor does his family. Why have? It pays to have good connections and money or a combination of both. Little confused here. If President Biden is responsible for all the bad things that Hunter did, why isn't Senator Kramer being held responsible for his son's actions? Serving a small fraction of a 38-year sentence doesn't come close to anything approaching justice. The Corrections Department should absolutely not have that kind of discretion, especially in homicide cases. How many times do we guess this bleeper was given extra chances because of his dad's influence? I'm guessing plenty. Once again, it's at least a two-tier justice system. Probably more like a five-tier justice system. My guess is that he will serve a small fraction of the time that you or I would be serving for this crime. I wish inner city people and less fortunate people had the same second chances. My only question is, do you punish the person who is privileged and knows better worse than you punies? The underprivileged who don't have the same resources. Maybe they say it's more of a chance for rehabilitation. Life isn't fair, but the people with the most opportunity get second. A son of a politician that was held accountable. That's refreshing. I think the best thing for me is to go to a hospital and just get more help, Ian Kramer said. There's a lot wrong with this statement. Does it show he's from a privileged family? Condolences again to the family of the man he bleep. Prayers to the victim, their family, and the defendant's family. I have a friend whose son is locked up for bleep, not easy for her to handle. She did nothing wrong, but drug addiction is devastating for the family. Folded hands, folded hands, folded hands. It helps to be connected in high places. The average criminal would face 5 to 10x the prison time he'll probably end up serving. All men are created unequal. My bad, ain't bringing the deputy back. It doesn't do much of anything for his family and loved ones. But because daddy is a senator, he's going to serve a year or so and go back home for another second chance. All we can do is raise them. Then they make their own decisions. Like his dad said, he made these decisions himself. To me, he got off easy. So the judge recognizes the family of the deputy will never have a second chance and yet suspends 10 years of the sentence. That is some high-grade cow manure right there. It's not what you know, it's who, and he is a senator's son. See folks, it happens to the children of politicians regardless of political affiliation. Hunter was relentlessly, viciously and maliciously harassed, prosecuted and persecuted to exhaustio. By Comer and Jordan. They remained totally silent in Kramer's son Nerder case. See the difference? He should have gotten life in prison. Senator Daddy didn't even spring for an attorney, used the free public defender. I think the best thing for me is to go to a hospital and just get more help, Ian Kramer said. Oh, place. Ease. He's 43 years old and had access to the best healthcare from a comfortable Repub senator father. Should have got the same treatment he gave the deputy. So, we are responsible for our own actions, except when our own actions have us taking drugs and frying our brains and slaughtering people. Then, it is an illness. His father is a senator. Couldn't they afford a private attorney? They used the people's money for a public defender, knowing that he would receive a sentence that would be greatly reduced after he started serving it. GOPSMH. Please wait a moment. Our system should stop making an excuse that drug use is a mitigating factor. Hopefully he meets real justice behind bars. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.